Hey everybody, my name is Garrett. I'm part of the NLP team, and today I'll be talking about an Azure AI service for extracting PII from text. So this Azure AI service, it does exactly what it says it does. It goes through, you give it a text document, and it analyzes it based on entity relationships, and it tries to pick up sensitive information related to a person. So this is all from the Azure AI Foundry. From within here, you can select the model number. You can, there's a bunch of different languages that it works in, so that's pretty cool. These are all of the different entities that it was trained on. I thought this was crazy. There's a bunch of like Australian tax ID. So it's been trained on a bunch of different structured data that it's been labeled as entities so that way it can detect what is PII within the text that it's given. So I thought this was really cool, all the different types. And you can turn these on or off depending on what you think is in your document, what you know about it. The specify redaction policy. So what this is basically once it finds an entity that it links with a person that it deems is PII, you have the choice of either using a entity mask or a character mask. A character mask would be like asterisks, filling it in with place with asterisks or like exclamation marks, some sort of symbol. And the entity mask is when it's the labeled data that the model returns of what it's found, basically. So it'll be like person one or date two or something like that. I'll show you in a second. But that's what that is. And then, yeah, the redaction character is what it fills into place if it finds PII. So I've got some PII from good old ChatGPT. So from here, we can see we've got a name, a date, an address, a social security number, a driver's license number, an email, oh geez, a phone number, her employee ID at Acme Corp, right here, and her health insurance policy. Cool, right here. So now what we can do is we can run this, and then after we run it, it's basically identified everything underlined are all of the entities that the model has identified, and we get a list of them over here. So Jane Doe is a person, a length, a confidence score, and so we got a date, Elm Street, social, driver's license or passport, so on. One interesting thing though that I did notice is that even though that in here it's stated that her employee ID is such and such, it wasn't recognized as an entity because it was, I don't think probably because it wasn't trained on, it doesn't match the structure of any of these that it was trained on. So I think that is one caveat of using this or just something to be aware of that if something in here is considered PII for this scenario, but the model isn't trained on that specific structure of the PII, it won't recognize it. So even right here, you can see that the policy number, even policy number right here for the insurance and her employee ID number is not recognized as an entity. So something to keep in mind. And then what you can do is click hide PII, and then everything from within the document is redacted. So that's pretty neat. I thought that was a pretty interesting service. Maybe I was thinking something along the lines of like lawyers' offices or something. They probably use a lot of deal with a lot of sensitive client information. So maybe something like this could streamline the process of redacting that kind of information pretty quick and easy, or at least training a model on what they deem as personal information and then redacting it from there. One other quick slide I wanted to share here. So this model, the PII model that or the service that we were looking at, it works with named entity recognition. So basically what that means, it takes a label and an entity and tries to match them together. So the model is trained on labels, and then it matches it with what it finds in the text and tries to match those together. So for example, one of the labels could be organization and the entity could be Google, and it would try to match the two. Whereas in the model, the trained model, the label would be the organization. It's picking up on the organization. How to use it, you can use a REST API or software development kits, or you can use the Azure AI Foundry. I found the Foundry to be pretty simple and straightforward to use, so that's what I chose to go with. But yeah, that's my presentation, what I got today for the PII in Azure AI Foundry. Thank you.